Whoa, is that Trav? Asks J-Hope, the main dancer of BTS, striding into a chintzy suite in downtown LA decorated with mustard-colored couches and heading straight for the racks of tapered jeans and western tops in the middle. It must be expensive, he murmurs, running his hands over the grosgrain stripes, then calls out to his bandmates as they enter. Guys, it's Calvin Klein. The hotel's 10th floor has been completely closed off for this week in November to accommodate the 7-member K-pop act on their first major run of US press. James Corden, then Jimmy Kimmel, a historic performance at the AMAs, the first Korean group to do so, and Ellen DeGeneres, with a slew of interviews squeezed in between. On their penultimate day, they hit another milestone, becoming the first K-pop band to book a full-fledged shoot with Vogue, who proposed a fun and carefree tour of the city they had taken by storm. One by one, they file into the room. Jungkook, the youngest, is so striking in person, an audible hush falls when he enters, startling him slightly. He heads straight for the makeup chair to wait for his touch-up, singing softly to himself to pass the time. Other members make a beeline for the pile of snacks on the sideboard: cup ramen and boxes of Pocky, crunchy Cheetos and Fritos, cans of Coke, slices of Castella cake, iced Americanos, and thick body conditioning shakes in teal sports bottles, individually labeled and lined up with military precision. Trap's spring 2018 denim later shot on the Kardashian-Jenners is duly admired. Then the boys slip out to get dressed in private in return for group inspection. They are extremely particular about clothes. They are perfectionists, a staff member proudly notes 5 times that day. Hems are cuffed and uncuffed and repinned until they hit the ankle just so. Jungkook fusses with a belt to perfect the fit, while Jimin and Suga compare silver chain earrings, left long to brush their collars. Jin walks in promptly, shrugs on a pair of cornflower blue cowboy boots, and sticks a wedge of Castella in his mouth. Some 45 minutes later, the boys pile onto one mustard couch and happily recount the highlights from the past 7 days, meeting Post Malone at the AMAs, Airport Panda Express, and move on to their favorite bit of American slang. Teach us something. RM, formerly Rap Monster, the leader, asks. One editor proposes lituation, a portmanteau of lit and situation. Their eyes glow, as though they've been given a shiny new toy. Lituation. That's hella lit. And so it was. By now, everything there is to know about BTS has come out in interviews. BTS stands for Bangtan Sonyeondan, or Bulletproof Boy Scouts. Last summer, as their US visibility grew, they added the meaning beyond the scene. The 7-member boy band debuted in 2013 through Big Hit Entertainment, a Seoul-based entertainment company that has been a smaller player. Initially, their music took more from rap and hip-hop. In 2015, they shifted direction and began to attract international attention with high-energy dance tracks Dope and EDM torch songs Save Me, but Big Hit remained focused on Asia. This editor attempted to shoot the band that summer, but was rebuffed. Everything changed last May at the 2017 Billboard Music Awards, when BTS flew to Las Vegas to accept top social artist in silk Saint Laurent suits, and the subsequent flurry on Twitter, the band's preferred social media platform, made the rest of the world take note. From there, the attention snowballed, and by the time they had scheduled their flights to the West Coast, the press and fans were ready to pounce. On their arrival at LAX, they were greeted by a crush of shrieking girls and boys, who strained against the line of security guards in yellow shirts that had formed a human wall to protect them. The LA trip was the sort of pop cultural milestone not seen since the Beatles arrived in New York, or One Direction arrived, well, anywhere, but of different magnitude. For countless Asian Americans, it has meant everything to see 7 Koreans celebrated on a global scale. Back home, Koreans are astonished to see a group of their own go so far. Unusually, BTS exploded overseas first, only winning their first E-Song, or Major Korean Music Award, in 2016. The boys know it too. Over the course of our day with him, they spent a great deal of their time blissfully awestruck by the attention. It's still hard to believe it's happening, Jin says. It's like a dream. It is 3:45 p.m. and the boys have finally boarded the party bus. How else to travel LA with a small entourage? The final head counts 7 K-pop stars, 3 Vogue editors, a 4-man video crew, 1 manager, 1 bodyguard, 1 translator, 1 makeup artist, an assistant, and the driver. The rest of the team: 3 additional bodyguards, 2 hairstylists and a makeup assistant, more managers, and 2 publicists follow in gleaming black Escalades. The bus is lying wet.